Hello everybody, this is Boost Brigade and I'm making another video. I have a lot more time on my hands because of the COVID-19 quarantine deal. And so I'm going to make a video on the Quiet Carry Chase today. So Quiet Carry, they're a company, it's like a small company that does small batch production runs. And this is the Chase. This is a 3-inch pocket knife. It features a liner lock, blade length of 2.95. Spine thickness is 0.104. It's running on stainless steel liners and G10 handle scales. So I picked this knife up a while ago. They've done a couple of runs on this knife, and the first run was N690, and the second run was 20 CV. And the really great thing about this knife was the price. It was $110 with the PVD, and then if you want the satin blade, it was $99, so $11 less. So for me, I thought that was a really good price, especially for the blade steel. And I've heard rumors that they're heat treated at Peter's Heat Treat, which is really awesome. So you're going to get a nice quality heat treat done on the steel also. So I've been carrying this and using this for quite a bit. And you can see the PVD finish has some scratches on there and everything. I've gone through a lot of cardboard and just breaking down boxes for recycling and everything like that. And as you can see, it's a little bit, it's got a little bit of wear on there, but it looks great still. And it adds a little bit of character to the knife, so I don't mind. So I'll go ahead and set this down, and I'll give you a couple size comparisons. The first one, and one of the reasons why I was really drawn to this knife is the blade shape. So let's go ahead and compare it to the Benchmade Mini Barrage. And as you can see, the blade shape and everything is very, very similar. And it's got that nice broad blade with the drop point on there, and I'm just really attracted to that design. And it is very reminiscent of this blade shape also. So I'm really kind of fond of that aesthetic, so that was a big driving factor. And then for the next knife that I would like to size compare to you is the Sharp by Design Micro Typhoon. And these things also have one really cool similarity as well, besides the general size is about the same. The chase is a little bit thicker though in the handle. But one of the really great things about both of these knives is they feature these wraparound pocket clips that go into the scale. So if you can see that, they both wrap around. So there's no hardware externally holding the clips on, and it makes for a really good deep carry experience. And then just for a third and final size comparison, this is it compared against the Benchmade Valet. So as you can see, it's pretty much right in line with a lot of other 3-inch options that they have out on the market. So the things that I really like about this knife, firstly, I love the pocket clip. For one reason is the deep carry, and then another reason I'll get to later that's not quite as good. But as far as for carry, it's excellent. I do have a medium-sized hand, and the ergonomics are okay. I like them, but I'm not in love with them. So the reason why I'm not in love with them is this choil forces you to be back here, and when your finger wraps around, the pocket clip does eat into your palm a little bit. So that's, it's a good pocket clip, but then it's got a downfall as well. And then I do like the access to the liner lock release. It's real intuitive. It's got plenty of room in there for you to get your thumb over. And then it's on Phosphor bronze washers, so it's not fall shutty or anything, but it's nice and smooth, kind of like a Sabenza. And then I love the overall design of the knife, how they have the 4 little holes on each side. That's one of Quiet Carry's little signatures. So I think the design is really nice. I like the back spacer, and the blade shape is very nice. So one of the only things that I'm not super in love with is this opening hole, I guess you would call it. It's like a semicircle, and you can see that I have a zip tie mounted up there, and that's because when I got it, you pretty much can only slow roll it, and I like to really play with my knives and flick them a lot. So just getting the meat of your thumb in there and rotating it around, it's kind of sharp in there. They didn't chamfer it off, so it kind of eats at your thumb skin. And I didn't really like that at all, to be honest with you. So in that respect, that's one of the only cons that I really have with this knife, besides the little hot spot, but that's not a big deal. And then the other issue is it has that opening hole, which they could have taken advantage of for like a spidey flick, but I cannot get my fingernail in there. And that's because they extended the G10 out further on this scale. So you actually, it looks like you would be able to, but you just can't get in there. So my solution was to put the zip tie on there to act as a thumb stud, and then problem solved. The only thing that really affected with the zip tie is getting access to the jimping, but I don't really use it too much, so no big deal there. But as far as carrying and using it, I've chopped down quite a few boxes, and all I've ever done is, just run it on the strop, and it's remained hair popping sharp the whole time. So overall, I really like this knife, besides the little opening aperture that's not really that intuitive or ergonomic to use. But with that little zip tie on there, I find myself carrying this a lot of times to work and everything. So overall, it's a very good knife, and the price is really good on it. And Quiet Carry's also released some newer models that look awesome, like the Quiet Carry Drift and the Waypoint, which uses Vanex steel, which is a great steel, and titanium. And I know Slicey Dicey has one of the Waypoints, and that looks like a really great knife. So this company is definitely doing good things, and if you're not interested in this one, they definitely have some other models that they just came out with. The Drift is very similar to this. It's just rust resistant with that super premium Vanex steel and the titanium. But overall, it's a really good knife and a good company to keep your eyes on. So if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave some comments if you'd like, and everybody stay safe out there. Stay nice and sanitary, keep the social distance, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.